Hey everybody, thanks for coming back and checking out what we're making today. So we're still in our clean keto challenge that we're doing for the next 30 days. So that's no dairy, nuts, alcohol, sweeteners, any of that stuff. And the recipe I'm going to do tonight is out of Melissa's new book that she has. That is the Squeaky Clean Keto Cookbook that I bought. I'll put a description to that below, or put a link to the Amazon where I got it. But I think you can also get it at Target, some other things, and also go check out her website. I Breathe, I'm Hungry. So tonight, again, the recipe is out of her cookbook, so I don't have a link, and I'm not going to actually give you the specific recipe because I futzed with it, because I make something very similar to this in my everyday life, except for I add cream cheese to it to give it a creamy texture, and then I usually serve it with some melted cheddar on top. Of course, we didn't do that today, so I kind of feel comfortable sharing this one with you, even though again it is out of her cookbook, because I just kind of did my own thing, just took inspiration, which is what I always ask of you. You don't have to follow these recipes to a T. They're not meant to be that way. It's kind of, you look around your kitchen, your pantry, see what you have, use it up. You can use some leftover vegetables. I had some extra spinach in the fridge that I decided to throw in just because I didn't have another use for it, and why not? All right, guys, so we've had this already. It was really good. It warmed up really well, so it was great for our meal prep that we've been doing for this week. Sorry I haven't gotten more videos out for you, but we're just kind of keeping it very simple. Again, if you go to Melissa's website, she gives you a lot of great, just simple recipes to follow. All right, enough of my chitter chatter. Let's go check it out. And as always, I would like to introduce you to our cast of characters tonight. So I have about a half a cup of diced yellow pepper. I have 2 sliced green onions. I have 1.5 cloves of chopped garlic, and they were very large cloves of garlic. If you don't like garlic, you don't have to use it. I also have a can of diced green chilies that are mild. They are just there to add flavor. I have a half a cup of diced tomatoes from the can. This is from the salsa recipe that I showed you a couple of videos ago. I told you I had to put a half a cup aside for a recipe. Well, this is that recipe. So my seasonings are minced onion, cumin, oregano, salt, and pepper. We have some ground venison or deer over here. Of course, you can use ground beef, ground turkey, chicken, whatever you like to use. This is one that a friend gave us. We love venison here, and I don't get it very often. This is actually the first time I've had ground venison in quite a while, so I'm super excited to use it. And then I have a bag of rice cauliflower. So I am not one to usually buy pre-made ingredients. I've always been a proponent of doing it yourself because it is usually better and less expensive. Unfortunately, where I live, cauliflower has gone up in price like crazy. So now I only buy fresh cauliflower when I can find it for a good price when it's on sale. So what I do is, our local store, we have one called Save a Lot. It is like a discount grocery store. They have these bags of rice cauliflower. It's like $1.25. To me, that is very cost efficient. It's already done. I don't ever use the steam in the bag, which is what this one is. I always do it in the skillet so I can add its own flavorings and things to it. So that's why I have that. If you choose, or if you have, your own garden, or you get good prices on your cauliflower, please, by all means, use your own. You just throw it in the food processor and pulse it until it's little bits of rice. That's how I've always done it. But like I said, convenience and price wise, I think for me and the family, this works out. All right, so I'm going to do this a little different. Instead of going step by step how I do things, I'm going to start, and then I'll kind of come in halfway in. That way you don't have to watch through this whole video, because I know they can get a little long. So what I'm going to do is put a little bit of fat in my pan. We're going to saute up the vegetables for just a couple of minutes, and then I'm going to add the meat to that, and then our seasoning. So we'll come back. All right, gang. So again, I just felt like I didn't need to show you how I go through this step by step. So I'll just tell you real quick. I sauteed the onions and peppers for just a couple of minutes, and then I threw the garlic in, sauteed that for another minute, and then I threw my meat in. So again, this has just been going for a few minutes, but I want to go ahead and add my spices, and I wanted you to be here for that. Again, I'm not going to measure anything. I'm just going to throw it in. Once this is cooked through, we'll try it, adjust as needed. But we're going to go in. I actually decided I'm going to throw a little bit of chili powder in there. So we're just going to put a little bit, not a whole lot. I don't want it to taste like chili, but I want it to have that southwestern flair to it. And then cumin, we like a lot of cumin, so I took the top off and I'm just kind of sprinkling it across there. And then we're going to go in with some of the minced onion, and this is part of the original recipe that I'm just kind of taking, again, inspiration from. I'm not good at following recipes. I say it every time. I'll never stop saying it because, yeah. Okay, this is just regular, that pink Himalayan salt that I like to use, although I'm almost out of it. I'm also going to add a little bit of garlic powder. Even though I did add fresh garlic, I just like to amp it up a little bit. And then we're going to do some oregano. And I think that is also from the original recipe that she has in her book, and then some pepper. So being that this is a recipe that I've actually done very, very similar, there's a couple of tweaks. I think I've never added diced green peppers to mine. I'm just going to kind of make it like I normally do, except for I'm not going to add any cheese. But that's okay. No worries. So because we're doing things and I'm really not measuring it, I will put a list of the ingredients down below in the comments. I'm not going to put measurements, and I'm not going to put cooking instructions, and I apologize for that. I love making these videos for you, but guys, I don't have a lot of time, and for me to be able to get this out to you so that you can enjoy it, I can't, and I'm really sorry. So if you're mad at me about that, you can go ahead and leave me a comment. It's okay. I have a friend of mine who is the one who got me to start putting my recipes down below, and I told her, I said, that's great, but I'm not a recipe kind of girl, and it's just hard for me. So there you have it. All right, guys, I'm going to let this go for a little bit, and then what I'm going to do is I will add our diced green chilies. I also have some spinach that I had left over that I'm going to throw in. Also, I forgot to tell you, I have some chicken broth, so I'll come back and I'll just show you as I added everything. So this has been cooking for just about 5 or 6 minutes, and I just, again, wanted to show you what I was adding to it. So what we're going to do is we're going to put in our 4 ounces of diced green chilies. Again, they're mild. They are not for heat. They're just for flavor. And we're going to add in the juice and everything. The other thing I'm going to add at this point is that 1/2 cup of diced tomatoes that were from a can. Again, use this from the can that I used in the salsa. So waste not, want not, right? Okay, so I have that. The other thing I'm going to throw in right now is a little bit of my homemade salsa that I had left over from my breakfast egg and ham cups. So we're going to put that in, and I'm also going to add 1/3 cup of beef broth. Now, you know, she has chicken broth in hers. I feel like I want beef broth because I want to beef up the flavor. This is going to be for when we add our cauliflower, so it will help flavor it as well. But what I'm going to do is, it's early. I'm doing this very early for dinner. I'm actually going to put this on super low, and I'm going to let it simmer so that it can develop some flavors. So if you don't have the time, you do not have to do this step. This is just something that I want to do, again, just so I can get a little bit more depth of flavor. Okay, so gang, again, gonna just let that go probably for about 1/2 hour. I'll come back and show you whenever I add the rice. I've been simmering our meat and vegetable mixture with all of our yummy goodness in there for about 1/2 hour now. I have checked the flavorings a few different times. I've added a little bit more salt, a little bit more garlic, a little bit more cumin. So, you know, you just kind of want to taste it until it is the way you like it. So now that that's been simmering, I'm going to go ahead and add our bag of cauliflower rice. This is about 3 cups of cauliflower rice. So just so that you have an idea of the amount. And then we're just going to stir that up. And then what I was doing while I was waiting for this to cook is I just did a rough chop on some spinach that I have over here. So I'm going to let this cook down again just for a couple of minutes, and then I'm going to throw the spinach in. I'll show you just real quick. It's probably just like 2 cups worth of spinach. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to put it in just a couple of minutes before we serve it. That way it doesn't overcook, because I'm not a big fan of overcooked spinach. And then we'll spoon it up into a bowl. And guys, that's pretty much it. I mean, again, I took a little extra time because I wanted it to simmer and develop its flavors. But that's going to be our, I don't know, our Mexican skillet or Spanish skillet. all squeaky friendly for our no dairy, nut free month of eating. And there we have it. Our rice is, well, our cauliflower rice has been cooking just for a couple of minutes. And I'm going to go ahead and add our chopped up spinach. Now, again, this is something you don't have to add. You don't have to do any of this. I just want, again, to inspire you to maybe look around your kitchen, see what you have, and give you some ideas. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to actually stir this around. I'm going to let it sit for another minute or two with the heat off, just so it wilts the spinach. I will spoon this up. I'm going to top it with a little bit of chopped grape tomatoes that I have and a little bit of avocado. I did buy an avocado. I don't know what it's going to look like. Most of the time when I open it, it's not good, but this one felt pretty firm, so we're hoping for the best. All right, guys, again, thank you so much for checking out my videos. I hope you enjoy. If you did not catch the initial video of why I'm doing this or what we're doing for the Squeaky Clean Keto Challenge, I will post a link to the top so you can watch that. Otherwise, have a great night. Please be kind to each other. Stay well and safe. Love you guys. Thank you.